It has been 7 long months since boys basketball has been played in the Misha High School athletic landscape, but tonight it returns as the Zumwalt East Lions go on the road here to Francis Howell North. It's sure to be a classic. 2 struggling programs look to get off on the right foot. I'm Kane Manfull, joined here by Dani Fugina. Dani, tell us about this Knights team.
There isn't really much here with the Knights team, just like based off of stats or anything, but there are some really big key players that really do most of the work for the team, put in the work, and show it in their personal stats, but overall as a team, haven't had a winning record in a long time. But I'm going to talk about Elijah Bollinger to start off. He is a senior on the team. He is the senior captain, leading all these younger people on the team because there are a lot of underclassmen like Charlie Mock, Beckett Oster, and Isaac Butler, and Aiden Roth, who haven't had very much varsity experience whatsoever besides Isaac Butler, who was on varsity as a freshman last year. But Eli almost averaged like 40% from field goal, averaged almost 15 points a game and 8 rebounds a game, which is really impressive when you don't have a winning record as a team. Yeah,
Guy is an absolute game changer. He was second team All-GAC last year, and it seemed like the committee thought he was a senior with his stat totals. At least that's what the coaches put across to the Knights. Whether that was true or not doesn't matter. But second team All-GAC as a junior is impressive. I'd be shocked if he does not make it up to first team in the GAC this season. But looking to the other side of the ball, I think there's a lot to note there. A bit of a different district on the Zumwalt East side. We're going to see senior leader Noah Emmerich. He's a 6'2", 180-pound big man. Big man doesn't exactly flow right in with 6'2", 180. That's like similar to my build. And that's, you take a look at the Knights, small team. Eli Bollinger, 6'4", 210. That's going to be your big man. After that, shrinks down to about 6'1", 6'2". Both these teams, it's going to be a battle of small versus small. That's what's really caused this reoccurring struggle between these two teams. We see last year, both first-round exits in their districts. You see a bit of a difference in maybe competition in these districts as well. In one district, Class 6, District 3, Zumwalt East loses. McClure North wins that district and is a first-round exit in the state championship. On the other side of it, Francis Howell North loses to DeSmet, which loses to Chaminade, which is runner-up in state. So the play levels that these two teams have to go through, Knights have a bit more of a gauntlet, I would say, than the Lions do. Either way, Knights haven't had a winning season since 2013. Lions, as far back as STL high school sports can date, they've either gone 500 or sub 500. So both these teams, obviously a struggling program. Looking to get them back on track, it's going to be Preston Meyer, the junior, averaging about 9 a game. Nobody on the Lions really averages like double digits. They just don't do it. Okay, this team averages around 30, 40 points a game. They allow 50, 60 points a game, which clearly is not the winning success there if you're getting outscored nearly double in some of your games. But they have 5 guys that average over 6. So, combine that, you build on what you had last year with only a couple seniors leaving, with Emmerich and with Morgan and with Meyer. Could be off to the right start this year. Again, this is a pre-recorded show. Zumwalt East already opened their season with Holt last Friday. So, obviously those results will be out. We'll talk about that upcoming here before the real game. But again, we have Noah Emmerich as a big man, and Eli Bollinger as technically a big man who plays like a guard. It's going to be a battle of small versus small. It's a lot of fast breaks, a lot of transition offense. It's going to be a fun one to watch, Dani. What are some of the final notes you have here on the Knights side?
I would probably say on the Knights side, they're dealing not only with just the significance of not having much height on their team, but they also have so many options for who can run the point guard, who can run these plays on their team. You have both Oster brothers who are kind of fighting for the same position this year, one a junior, one a freshman on varsity. And then you have Butler, who played as a point guard as a freshman on varsity last year, who didn't get as many minutes as Cohen Oster, but still put up some significant plays that really helped out in those small games. And I wonder if that's like what the coaches are seeing to be able to play in games like this, to open your season, to start off the season right and get the flow going for when they get into their very hard conference play.
Yeah, point guards looking around that 5'6" to 5'8" range. Beckett Oster might be more in the 5'3" range, right? So some small guards here, similar size, similar skill sets. So it'll be interesting to see what the coaching staff decides here opening game one. I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit here with game predictions. We look to last year as France Howell North went on the road to open their season at East. Typically that's how it goes. East takes the loss 28-70. North puts up the most points they did all season, and East puts up the least they did all season. And East played some stiffer competition, so it's just some first game jitters, I would assume, for the Lions. Knights look strong, and then lost the next 5. So first game predictions, I'm going to take a 65-48 win for Francis Howell North. I think Eli Bollinger gets what he wants on this smaller team with his pretty solid size. I think the offense moves well for the Knights. 65 points is pretty good in high school basketball. And I think the Lions struggle a little bit to slow them down with a smaller roster, only 10 guys rostered. I think they're just going to run out of gas there in the second half. Dani, what do you think?
I definitely agree with FHN bringing in the win for this one. I don't know if they'll hit the 65 points. I'm going to take a 54-40 win for the Knights, because from what I remember watching this game last year was Jackson Calhoun and Bryce Renz, who are both seniors who graduated, put up the most points against the small Fort Zumwalt East team. And this year, really the only 2 tall players you have are Bollinger and Andre Stitt. And I don't know if they're going to be right on it right away for the first game of the season. They're definitely going to play well, but I think there's still going to be some connection issues, but they're still overall going to get this win.
Yeah, growing pains are a real thing. I understand that. Great take there, Dani. We'll be back with you in about 10 minutes as we are about set to announce this doubleheader basketball game here as the boys basketball returns to Mission High School Athletics and returns here to the castle at Francis Howell North as the Fort Zumwalt East Lions go on the road with their second game following their halt on Friday. So again, I'm Kane Manfull, joined here by Dani Fugina. We'll be back with you in just about 10 minutes.
Welcome into the castle. Fort Zumwalt East comes on the road to Francis Howell North. It's going to be a season opener for the Knights here. Lions already took a loss to Holt on Friday last week. I'm Kane Manfull, joined here by Dani Fugina. Dani, talk us through this Knights team to start this game off.
Yeah, this Knights team only has 2 seniors this year, Elijah Bollinger and Andre Stitt. Elijah Bollinger averaged 15 points a game last year and 8 rebounds a game, which is pretty insane.
He's a dog. Yeah.
a junior playing on the varsity level. Now, along with that insane stat line, we also have 3 new players for their first year on varsity this year. We have Charlie Mock, Aiden Roth, and Beckett Oster, all being complete newbies here, and they're going to have to really level themselves up to play at the speed that a varsity boys game is played at.
Yeah, not to mention also new 2 seniors coming in. They were transfers last year. It's going to be Keemon and Aiden Nevins, 2 new guys, and Jackson Iyer. It's a lot of new varsity faces here for the Francis Howell North Knights. Let's talk the Lions, though. Kevin Morgan coming off his game against Holt on Friday, 4 for 14 from the field. He had 12 points, shot very well from the 3-point line. We're going to see a lot of him tonight. He'll mix around. Preston Mayo get some shots. Noah Emmerich, we didn't see him game 1. Might see him out here tonight. There's a lot to behold. Right now, it's a bit of abbreviated halftime show as we're coming off JV games ourselves. We're going to take a look back to player intros here, and we'll be back with you in just a minute. exciting opening intros here. An exciting game awaits us. It's a season opener here at the Castle for Francis Howell North. A lot of energy, a packed house, an arena full, nearly 1,000 in attendance tonight. Absolutely. We see a masked up Preston Meyer breaks some ankles to the rack. Full court pickup, stolen, stiff, down, takes it, it's a jam! Stiff with a statement play early in the first quarter. Heavy full court pickup. Butler sits, swings it, Meyer. A charge called. Maybe. Call it back. Looked like it was a bit of a punch.
That one will be on Cohen Oster. His first game. They want to try and keep this game set to limited fouls so that the Lions don't end up at the free throw line for any
That one thrown out of bounds, only fueling this student section. Oster, the 3-year varsity point guard, brings the ball up the floor for the Knights. A patient offense, swings it, Hunter. Good ball movement from the Knights early. Bollinger takes it inside, fights through contact, and one finish.
The communication on the court is going to be key for this game, just knowing where your players are at, even when the gym is super loud.
That one, great rebound from Doherty. Morgan fouled by Hunter. 7-2 lead early. Good jump for the Knights. No, I just talked about it pregame. You and I both coming off JV games here, also playing for Zumwalt East, and that inbounds play looked very familiar to the JV level, which means, that's good coach development. You're running the same play year after year with these guys. It's good. They nail it down. It's more efficient. But the Knights looking strong to open. It'll be a jump ball. Gets it over half just before the 10-second call. Butler plays in control. Takes him. 3 ball off the mark. Rebounded Morgan. And that one's in and out of the hands of Khalil Jones. Tried to make a move before he had possession.
Right in front of the opposing bench, too. I'm sure there was some words exchanged there and might have gotten a little in his head.
Yeah, for sure. We saw some heat in the JV game earlier. I'm sure we'll see some now. A hard foul as Morgan gets the back ear of Cohen Oster.
The Knights are really going to have to capitalize off of all these fouls. We've seen a few very aggressive fouls from the Lions so far. Haven't been able to hit a free throw yet, but it's going to be one of the key factors of this game, just making your free throws to get easy points to continue their lead.
Timeout called here. 5:28 left in this first quarter. Knights talking it over in the huddle. not a whole lot to talk about. Been pretty strong. They've gotten what they've wanted. They've been patient on offense. They've looked good. Nobody in foul trouble early. For the Lions, what do you take away here after these first 2.5 minutes of play?
I'm sure their coach is telling them that they need to be a lot more aggressive on defense, but just without the fouling. They don't want to let the Knights get to the free throw line. Even if they haven't made a shot yet, they're going to end up falling later in the half.
Oster steps to the line. He was money last year from the line, 62%. Off to a rough start today. 0 for 1. Let's get it back on track. Second shot. Gets it. Pushes the lead, 8-2. Meyer to Morgan, back to Meyer. Takes it all the way and slips. Says there was a push. Stith with his first foul of the night. Saw that same inbounds play on JV as well. A very well coached program. A nice reverse layup from Meyer. Tough finish from Bollinger. Takes it baseline, fights through two, and gets it to roll in.
That's the exact type of play that he's going to be calling for all night. That's how last year he averaged 15 points on varsity. Getting those and ones were huge. They're going to continue even more into this year.
Absolutely, he is big on those putbacks. We talked about it in the pregame show a little while ago. So it's a lot of putbacks off his own misses, off others' misses. He's a physical inside player with a little bit of shiftiness too. That one nearly slipped out. Throws it to the defense. Hunter to Oster. Oster looks to take advantage of the fast break turnover. Butler is rejected. Great block from Khalil Jones. Read him like a book.
There is definitely going to be a lot of heat between Butler and Jones as their matchup. Both number one, both shifty point guards, and neither of them want to lose.
No, you can see a little bit of trash talk early here. That one poked out by Butler. Knights defense, it has been evident throughout summer league, fall league, and this early winter season practice hanging around the team. You can see that defense is what the focus has been early. If you can get those turnovers, get in their head. Oh, we do see a little chippiness there from Morgan. Try to keep him to the baseline. Crosses it. Morgan can't get the shot off, swings it to Meyer. Trap baseline, stays with the Lions.
The Lions haven't been looking to take really any outside shots so far. All they're really looking to do is drive into their defense, which has notoriously been stopped by the Knights so far.
Yeah, 3-point looks this year against Holt was 1 for 9, so it's understandable why the Lions would be a little timid from outside. Jones inside, great dish. Big body and a charge called. Nevins takes it in his first career varsity game here at the Castle. Coaches love to see it. Charges will get you minutes. Nevins showing why he deserves to be out there on the court early. Noah Emmerich checks into the game. Played a whole lot last year. Big rebounder. We didn't see him last week. We see him now. See what he can do. He's going to pick up ball on Cohen Oster. Oster just averaged 3.5 last year as a point guard. Facilitated well with a couple assists. Looking to build on that this year. Nevins drives, charges. That's Noah Emmerich. We see him making a difference already through one.
things that you learn just playing basketball is to play to the game that the refs are calling. And if they're going to call that one down there, they're going to obviously call this one down here. So that was great awareness by Noah Emmerich.
Absolutely. Man-to-man pickup on press. Oster forces him baseline, wants him to drive corner. Through the defense, kicks it. Emmerich moves a little too soon. Happy feet for number 22. A turnover. Travel Monster got it. Student section is loud tonight.
Sophomore Charlie Mock has made his first appearance on varsity now.
He's going to be in physical there, high post. And a moving screen on Charlie Mock. Kept the hands out, but the feet did not stay planted. Might get by with that on JV, might get by with that on C-team on that varsity level. That is a very obvious call. Oster checks out of the game. And the little brother, Beckett Oster, checks into the game. Oster for Oster. We'll see how he performs. He played up a year. You know, his entire childhood, he was always playing 1 year older than he was supposed to. He was a shifty guard, good passer, good shooter, good dribbler. See how it translates to the varsity level tonight.
As you can see, he just forced that turnover as well. And I couldn't even imagine trying to fight for the same position as your older brother who's been on varsity for the past 3 years.
Yeah, that is a tough battle in the household. Aiden Evans gets to the rim. We're not going to see a lot of three-point shots or even mid-range shots out of him tonight. But let me tell you, he'll get to the rack. Saw it last year on JV as a junior. Probably should have been on varsity, but was forced by the Mish rule to wait till the second half of the season. Swings it to Mock. Mock passes up the open look. Knights stay patient. Picked up. Off the mark from Nevins. I lied. Stiff. Bodies. Misses his own shot. Misses his own putback, but gets the foul called. That foul called on Preston Meyer, his first of the game. He's masked up. You know, I will say before today, I've never seen a masked up player. And we see Preston Meyer masked up for the Lions. And we have another player, which we'll talk about here in a minute. Keemon Harris masked up on the bench for the Knights. So 2 masked up players, same game. Stiff banks it off the backboard. In checks another freshman, Aiden Roth, in for Andre Stiff.
Andre did take a pretty hard fall after he missed his putback there. Hopefully he's not injured because he is one of those key seniors that provides a lot for the team.
Oster went for the steal and gets it. Coach and staff's got to be happy with the freshman so far.
Refs have stopped play here to have a little chat. Not really sure why, though.
Not a clue.
Looks like the Fort Zumwalt East Lions head coach was asking a question about something, probably on that jump ball to see if it was a travel or not.
We see Brandon McCann. He's been a head coach for the Lions for 5 years now. Was at a couple other high schools before that, but ends up with the Lions. This is his longest time coaching at a single school. Coached them well. Started off first year 2-14, trying to rebuild a program with a new head coach. It's tough. It's tough. Gets up 4-14 a couple years ago. Lose some key senior talent. Now you're back to basically a fresh start this 5th year. Mock with the steal. Gets the bucket. First varsity bucket for Charlie Mock. Pushes the lead 19-6. Clock ticks to 2 minutes in this season opener at the Castle. Another steal. Deflected, Mox gets it. Nevins, corner. Off the mark. Back picks him. Ball stays with the Lions, but slows down the drive. Timeout called. Brandon McCann needs to talk it over with his players. Minute 51 left here in the first.
Obviously, this gym is super loud, super energetic. If you were on this Fort Zumwalt East Lions team, what would be going through your head trying to even play with almost 1,000 people in attendance here?
Yeah, gosh, this gym is absolutely packed head to toe. Might not look like it on the camera, but right below the cameras, this place is filled out. Student section might be the fullest I've ever seen it, other than maybe like a Christmas game. But I don't know, Lions, I mean, they play in big environments too. They got a smaller gym, but that thing packs every single night with that program. Really community school over there at Zumwalt East. They've played in this environment before. First game jitters, it happens. We saw last year when these two teams faced off, the Knights put up the most points they did all season with 70, and the Lions put up the least they put up all season, 28, right? The Knights played worse teams, the Lions played better teams, so it was kind of a fluke game last year. Pre-game jitters exist, but they've been here before. A lot of these guys, older, experienced, they'll get through it. First quarter is always just a little bit of a shaky coming out. And again, it's second game for them, so they know what they need to fix. They saw the first game jitters and Holtz. They worked it out, looking to extend it here. That one tipped. Recovered by Benton. Meyer looks to take. Drives baseline, steps through. Couple steps there. Out of bounds. Oster couldn't save it.
That one was also blocked by the freshman Roth. That has to be some great things that you're seeing as a coach, putting that freshman in, and he's having the confidence and playing really well.
A steal by Oster, by Little Oster, a steal by Mock, and a block. That one down the end of the court, Nevins hustles for it. Morgan made a smart play there. Here's Roth. Some chaos there, not sure how to even call that one. Knights get possession here. Nevins, baseline. Dishes to Oster. Oster stays calm. Oster to Oster. Mock catches it out wide. Gets it to Roth. Roth looks for his first varsity bucket. No good, but he'll head to the line. Clock ticking under a minute here in the first. Both teams are in bonus. Magic fingers here from the student section. Drills the first one.
Had a little bit of that shooter's touch on that one as it hit the back iron, but trickled in.
That one made.
Another first time touching the varsity court, we have Logan Ballmer. I'm sure he's excited to play in this game.
Absolutely. Gets the steal too, over the back. Oster takes it to the rim. Doesn't get it to fall. Taking it down, lost the ball. That was Ritter. Fires it from the corner. It's good, Kevin Morgan. It's going to be his second three-pointer this season. Had one last week. I take it back. Foot was on the line. Don't know. Forgot the score. Not going to lie to you. Just looking at the play. Oster, definitely from three. Little man making big plays early here in the first. Getting pretty touchy there. No foul called. Won't get the shot off, wasn't aware of the clock. 24-9, Knights lead here after one.
This Knights team is absolutely electric. So electric that the refs are having to tell them that they can't enter the court right as that buzzer hits.
Yeah, that was whole bench was up, you know, holding the bottom of the chair, ready to jump up. So, great energy here. We're going to send it down sideline to Will Jennings. We'll see what he has to say here in a moment.
Yeah, Kane, I've seen both teams playing extremely aggressive tonight. As we saw, there have been multiple fouls on both sides. Another thing I saw is that East is getting multiple chances offensively, but they're not really capitalizing. North is getting the steals and the rebounds.
Absolutely will. How's the energy down on the floor right now?
It's amazing. Student section is packed. It reminds me of the homecoming football game. Lots of alumni, lots of students. They're all having a good time.
Absolutely. Thanks, Will. We'll talk to you here at halftime coming up in just about 8 minutes. Big energy. They look to extend it here at the Castle. See the starting five come back out here. Bollinger looked good early, subbed him out a little bit later in the half, let some of the other guys get some chances as they really didn't need him. 24-9, great first quarter here. We see, again, 3 smaller guards. That's going to be Hunter, Oster, and Isaac Butler check into the game.
The Knights are looking to keep up that aggressive defense to force those turnovers and get into the Lions' heads.
Absolutely. Swings it straight into the coaching staff. Guess the coaches are wearing black shirts. Kind of look the same, not really sure there. Benton undercuts, ball gets to Meyer. Butler picks him up, gets him in the corner. Gets out of it. It's gonna be holding as he tried to break through, split the double team. I want to be on Trace Hunter, his second foul. Having trouble getting the ball in. To the corner, Emmerich swings it, Morgan. Fights off a defender, uses his size, swings it across. There's a nice catch. Mossed him. That's Austin Ritter. Austin Ritter, just a freshman on varsity. Hasn't done a whole lot today, but he's pretty big. If he's still growing, this guy in a year, 2 years, 3 years, his kick could be legit. Bollinger, acrobatic play to keep it in bounds. Doesn't result in much, but gave him a chance anyway.
That was a really impressive play for Bollinger there. Normally, if you see a shot like that head out to the end line there, normally you would just let it go, but he's that type of player that he's going out for any type of ball so that he can get his shot that he wants.
Absolutely. I don't know if you're seeing it too, but those refs, they're letting him play, especially on that full court pickup. Tell us a little bit about what you're seeing there.
There's been a lot of handsy defense, which there's nothing wrong with that, especially if the refs aren't going to call anything. I would say keeping up aggressive defense like that, especially full court, it's just going to keep your team all locked in, very synchronized in any type of way, and it's going to pay off on your offensive end as well.
Absolutely. Patience. Hunter fires. Hunter gets it to go.
Seeing lots of celebrations from the bench and the student section there.
For sure. Well, we just talked about it. You know, no fouls, no fouls. They're letting him play, and Hunter will get his third here early in the first half. Calls for nearly an immediate sub. Kind of getting some deja vu from my JV game earlier. Had 3 fouls in the first half. Got put in foul jail, actually, that third quarter. Did not see the court. But, you know, JV Knights pulled out the win. It was all good. Right now, JV girls get the dub. Actually, tell us a little bit about that game and why maybe you didn't play the full 4 quarters.
Yeah, so on the JV girls matchup there, we were only allowed to play 2 quarters, 1 half.
I've never seen that.
It was actually for the Misha rule, the girls program of the Fort Zumwalt East Lions. They don't have enough girls in their program to be able to have a JV team play an entire game and a varsity team play an entire game, because majority of their JV team is on the varsity team, and the Misha rule is that you can only play 6 quarters in a night.
Yeah, that is, I've never heard of that. I was sitting there talking to some buddies watching the game, and yeah, they're only playing 2 quarters. I heard from a parent behind me, and I was like, there's no way, but believe it or not, you guys shook hands after 2, after 16 minutes of play, and a dominant win there. I was playing during the girls varsity game, heard they got a big win as well. So 3-0 here for the Knights. Oster gets it, can't finish, fights through some contact. Knights looking dominant here, 27-11. That one poked out. Knights will get it. Butler playing phenomenal defense here through the first 11 minutes. Had to do some quick math there. This 2-3 zone from the Lions has honestly been pretty effective. The Knights defense has gotten most of their points off those fast break steals. We see a steal from the 2-3 there. Jones is thrown to the ground, jump ball called.
I almost thought it should have been a travel there because he fell down with the ball.
Yeah, got hands on it, throwing somebody down. Really go either way. Travels, jump balls, everything, you know. It's a pretty back and forth call. Knights have yet to use a timeout. Really, why would you use one when you've looked as good as you have? Looks opposite side. That's how you break a zone. Butler off the side of the backboard. But a good shot opportunity nonetheless. Nevins gets a foul. Morgan plays strong.
At the end of the first quarter there, both of the teams were in the bonus, but so far the Lions have not fouled yet in this second quarter, but the Knights have 3 team fouls.
Yeah, you know, fouls is one way you get yourself in trouble. We saw that at the JV game earlier. I'm making a lot of comparisons here because I'm seeing a lot of comparisons between these two squads. Again, you know, as you build up programs, Brandon McCann, Larry Green, both been head coaches for around 5 years now. We see it getting built up. You see a lot of similarities between the JV and the varsity and even the C team level. That's how you build a program. Again, 2 struggling programs. You guys saw a statistic for it earlier. It's been a long time coming. The past 5 seasons, Fort Zumwalt East 33-94, 33 losses, 33 wins, 94 losses. Francis Howell North 28 wins, 91 losses. So both these teams clearly they've been struggling for a little while now, looking to get off on the right foot here in the opening few games. This is one way to start. The younger talent that you build in that JV and that C team level, you get them right, you get them adjusted to a varsity playbook and a varsity skill level. When they get up there, maybe they're not ready their first game, but you work them, and maybe another 5 years, maybe another 10 years. One of these teams could be a dynasty here in the St. Louis metro area for Mission High School basketball.
I would say out of the 2 teams, the Knights probably have the highest advantage of becoming a really good program. We have a really strong feeder program here at this school where you see kids like Aiden Roth and Beckett Oster who came off of that feeder team and already are being put into the varsity level.
Yeah, you see it on the girls team too with, 3 freshmen on varsity?
Yes.
So it's evident there. But you take a look at the other side of the ball too. Austin Ritter, freshman on varsity. See James Stephen Jr., we haven't seen him yet in for the Lions, but he's rostered. Got some young guys there as well. Bollinger looks inside, fights through contact, gets another one. Anytime I say Bollinger scores, anticipate, if you looked away, that the last 5 seconds was a Bollinger look, a Bollinger drive, and a Bollinger bucket. Oster, an acrobatic lob. Thought it was a floater from the 3-point line. Threw it up to Bollinger, couldn't get to finish. That one over the top. Naaman Doherty. Probably biggest guy on the floor right now, rivals Eli Bollinger. Emmerich steps out. Bollinger swings it across. Oster off the mark. Had one earlier. Roth can't keep a hold of it. Halfway through the second quarter. Dribbles up the left sideline. Ball hit out into the bench.
See sophomore Mock check back into the game for the freshman Aiden Roth. He played some great minutes out there.
Yeah, he did. He's talking to me in ELA actually today. I'm not going to play, whatever. He's getting in first quarter, second quarter, making a difference. Great job from the coaching staff to really work everybody in, get him some experience. This is going to be one of your not to take East lightly. This team could easily come back and put up 16 on you before halftime even. But it is one of your lighter matchups when you look at some powerhouses later in the season. So getting some people minutes early, no matter who the opponent is a great way to set up success. Oster looks for it. Back to Butler. Pump fakes. Oster just off the mark. Rims in and out. Butler pokes it out. Nevins gets the finish through the contact. Great contest from Doherty, but a better finish. Mock stunts. Ritter throws it to the defense. Mock looks to push it. It's going to be a 1-on-4. He's going to slow it up. Bollinger from 3. It's off.
Bollinger hasn't been able to take many shots in this first game. He's always looking to drive, which has worked out from him, but maybe if we see some shots from him in this second half that's coming out, it's really going to boost their offense even more.
Absolutely. Gets on the trap there. Looks like he stepped out of bounds, but I think maybe the ball was poked out first.
Sure, Jones standing right there in front of the opposing bench after losing it in front of the opposing bench, getting turnovers against him. Probably hasn't heard some great stuff over there.
Yeah, we've heard a bit of an energy fall off here in the gym, though. Jones, great handles here. Throws it to the defense, announcer's curse. Oster to Stiff. Stiff gets the left hand finish.
A no dribble finish there is always almost a perfect basketball play if you ask
It
me.
really is. That one might be an off-ball foul on Noah Emmerich. Mock is going to draw it, I believe. That's the 5-second call. 5-second call, pardon me. Couldn't get the ball in. Swings it around the horn. Mock doesn't fire. Toaster. Off the mark. Bollinger tries to punch it out, slides out of bounds.
Bollinger again just going for every single ball that he's close to try and get his team another offensive look.
That's how you get minutes. Emmerich to inbound. Gets it to Jones. Goes exactly where the Knights want him to. Gets him up there in the trap. Mock can't poke it, has to scramble. Ritter into Doherty. Doherty backs him down, good. Doherty hasn't missed tonight, 3 for 3. Wonder if they need to feed him more.
Probably. He's almost that just kind of player that he's working every single person that he comes in contact to in that lane, kind of camping out down there, finding a shot, and be able to move offensively as well.
Great defense, 4 hands in the air from those 2 defenders. Gets the steal. Jones, great move. And a questionable finish as the layup goes over the backboard.
Now that reminds me, last year, first game ever, played in the new high school, played at the new gym, was our JV girls' first game, and our guard goes up for a wide open layup and it goes straight over the backboard. First ever shot in this gym.
Scoop layup?
Oh yeah.
Oh, scoop layup over the backboard. Not sure I've seen that one before.
Had to be there.
Well, first game in the new gym, scoop layup over the backboard. First game this season, only play a half, you know. If you want some interesting basketball, go watch some JV girls. Stiff to Oster. From 3, a little off the mark, over the backboard. Meyer couldn't keep a hold. Hit him in the face, too.
He's hearing some things from the student section as well, walking out of bounds over
Yeah.
there.
Gosh, that thing is packed. Packed all the way up to the top wall and spilling into the student, or into the stairwell. Knights have gone to the 3-pointer a lot this second quarter. Hasn't fallen much. Wonder if they work back inside their early success. Looks like a short corner drive from Bollinger. Great rebound from Doherty. Couldn't get the pass out. Bollinger gets it back through the contact.
Like I said, that is Bollinger's shot. He tries and gets that positioning every single time.
That's going to be Logan Vollmer. Pretty quick foul there. His first of the game. Clock ticks under 30 seconds here in the first half. 35-15, a dominant run for the Knights. First quarter success really set them up to kind of cool it off this second, control what they control. Not a whole lot of scoring so far. Three ball from the corner off the mark from Morgan, rebounded by Doherty. Can't do that one. Travel monster strikes again.
What I've noticed is when the Lions are in front of either the Knights bench or in front of the Knights shooting section, they always end up getting a turnover. I'm sure there's so much pressure being in a gym like this.
It is loud. Swings it stiff, keeps the ball, pushes it to the paint. Mock shoots the floater at the buzzer, no good, but way to be aware there. What a half, 35-15. Dani, what is a couple notes you have?
I would say the Knights are playing extremely dominant. They're using this energy that they have in this gym. It's been a huge help to them. They've found each other on offense almost every single time down the court. Bollinger has been able to get to where he works the best, down in the paint, getting those and ones, getting to the line. And these underclassmen, they are doing awesome
holy
out
crap.
here for their first time ever being in a varsity game. Yes, they're getting in when they're up by a lot, but they are still making differences, getting the steals, making the plays happen, and just improving their offense altogether. Last year, we didn't see a ton of offensive moves from the Knights offense at all. They had some other seniors who were a bit taller, being able to just get some layups and stuff. This year, they're having to work a lot harder for all of their stuff.
Yeah, working out well for them. We're going to send it down Will courtside. Will, talk us what you've seen, maybe a little bit of a different look, maybe what the Lions have done here in this first half. Will, take it away.
The Lions, as we know, they only have 15 points so far through 16 minutes. However, I do not think that really reflects on how they're playing. They're playing really aggressive, putting that pressure on the Knights. Defensively, they could improve, and on their mid-range shots, they also could improve. They're getting most of their points right under the bucket on rebounds.
Yeah, great take there, Will. As they were walking into the locker room, what did you notice about maybe the morale of these teams?
Heads are being held high. They're ready for another 16 minutes of basketball, and both teams just want to get more points on the board.
Absolutely. Taking a look here at our cheer team. Thanks, Will, for that insight. We'll be back with you in the second half. Take a look at our cheer team, followed up by a nightline dance. Again, I'm Kane Manfull, joined here by Dani Fugina, and along your sideline is Will Jennings. We'll be back with you in just about 8.5 minutes for a second half of this season opener classic. second half is underway here in just a few moments at the Castle. Starting fives take the court again. 35-15 the lead for Francis Howell North over the Fort Zumwalt East Lions.
Now, even though that the Knights are in the lead for this game, what do you think has been said in the locker room as the coach to these Knights?
I mean, it's always, you know, foot on the neck and don't let go. You got to keep that pressure down, pedal to the metal. You know, you'll hear it time and time again. No matter what sport you play, that defensive intensity has got to stay up. And we see it there. A little bit of interference from the ref on the near side of your screen. But Trace Hunter makes a great effort.
Butler
Meyer.
has not backed down on his defense whatsoever.
Blocked by Meyer. Meyer climbs the ladder.
Still a foul called there. Looks like he got the block with his top hand, but the bottom hand really shoved Butler.
Yeah, I know all about it. Big foul guy myself, believe it or not. Never seen me play. Wouldn't know.
Butler misses his first free throw there. Sinks the second one. Going straight into their man-on-man press here.
Energy levels kind of plateaued here as this Knights lead expanded. Not too close to the game. Letting them get a little handsy though. Doherty gets it inside, dishes, pump fakes. Tries the dish, but it's stolen. Pushes the court way up. Oster flips it over to Bollinger. Flips it to the defense. Stolen by Stiff. And in for a bucket.
Now we'll see Hunter here at the lead of the press, seeing what he can do.
Morgan takes it, dishes. Charge called after the ball was flipped out. Bollinger does it.
And now that's like the third or fourth charge that they've called against this entire game. Normally the charges are something you see maybe once in a game, but refs are really looking out for it this time.
Swings it long, skip pass. Knights being really patient this second half. They aren't going to pressure. We're not going to go for it. No reason. Yeah, being smart, very selective with their shots. Gets it inside. Bollinger fights Doherty on the reverse, gets it to fall. Bollinger reaches double digits.
Being selective with their shots, and they're really taking their time to develop their offense to get their scores where they work the most and score the most points at.
Very long floater there, but it falls, and Butler gets one of his own to fall from the corner. Isaac Butler has been a three-point threat last year, 8th grade, 7th grade. Three-point has always been his thing. Great to see him step into that a little bit more this year on varsity. Gets a little anxious there. Big play, runs back, tries to get the double team on Doherty. Doherty a big guy, but is knocked over on that one.
I would say there is probably a massive height difference between Doherty and Butler down there. It's not easy going to point guard to try and go steal the ball from the big guy in the paint.
Yeah. I think Isaac Butler around his waist might be about as big as Doherty's calf. So, bit of a size gap there. Takes the contested three ball with a wide open man in the corner. Rice sat there all possession in the corner waiting for it. They just keep battling inside. Meyer gets it to go. Pushes it. Hunter, 2 steps off the mark, and then punches him in the face. We see Morgan go down. Gets up, seems to be all right. Will have to check out of the game. Misharul, even if, quote unquote, I'm fine, still got to check out if you go down, there's a stoppage for you. Same thing in, college athletics and professional. See Khalil Jones check back in.
Now we're going to see this matchup again against Butler and Jones here. They call it travel on the Lions there. Had 3 guys on him down on the block. Really not much you can do there.
We're going to send it down to Will courtside. Will, what did you see there on that Kevin Morgan injury?
Yeah, we saw the Trace Hunter going for the layup, got rebounded. The Lions player went for the ball. It looks like Trace got his hand or elbow up in his face, and he hit the deck hard.
Seems like he'll be on a quick return, though. He's back sitting on the bench, if I see correctly.
He's in the game. He's already
Back in the game. Sorry, excuse me. Thanks for the insight, Will. Swings it, bobbles it. Rice can't keep a hold. Gets it to go. Bit of a spinning fade lay. Slows it again. Lead at 24 points for the Knights. Won't make it 26. Stiff hits the deck. Meyer, physical, snatched. Slips out of the hands. Bollinger second-guessed himself. Morgan dishes Meyer. Meyer, hop step. No good. A lot of missed shots. Low field goal percentage from both these teams tonight, honestly. This one, Khalil Jones takes it, shifty. And like Kyrie Irving.
They will call a foul on Butler there. It's the second team foul for the quarter.
Four minutes and 11 seconds remain here in the third quarter.
Butler's second personal foul of the game. I would say of the entire Knights roster, Butler's probably one of the safest people with knowing when the right time to foul is and when to save a shot from the other team.
Yeah. Smart basketball player for sure. Stiff, a little slow to get up the floor. Off the mark for Nevins. Doherty with the board.
Jones is calling for some play there. But Oster's right on him, and Stith gets the steal. Fast break.
Dunk it! Dunk it, Soldier. Andre Stith climbs the ladder.
Jones has had a tough game in here so far. He is getting all beat up with all the players and just the student section itself.
Yeah. You feel the energy. Stith stole it. Everybody tensed up a little bit as he went up to the air. Soared, scored. This one gets fouled. Can't get it to go for the and one. But heads to the line for another chance to make something happen.
Stith is taking his time on his free throw. Really, when you get to this point in the third quarter, you're starting to feel that fatigue in your legs, and you really have to get that mental focus on just playing basketball, doing what you know how to do, and being what you need to do for your team as well.
It's tough, especially early in the season. No matter how many stairs you have to run, no matter how many bleachers, how many early Saturdays, you are never conditioned enough. Never conditioned enough. Nothing emulates a real game. You know, as the season progresses, it gets a little bit easier. But yeah, these late game situations here nearing the end of the third quarter, definitely slow. Definitely start to slow down. You have to adjust to that. Either get some fresh legs in or find a way to make it work. Slow the pace down of the game. For the Lions right now, not really an option. Butler gets a steal on Meyer. Butler coast to coast, won't fall. Mock's putback won't fall. Nevins does fall and gets the jump ball call.
The ball will stay here with the Knights. We'll see what kind of out-of-bounds play they're trying to run. I haven't really seen much out-of-bounds play opportunities for the Knights so far in these games as well, just because they've simply been scoring on their first chance on offense.
If he ain't gonna step up, it's gonna happen. Aiden Roth gets his bucket. It's just a miscue, not talking on defense. An inexcusable mistake. Stays with the Lions. Morgan bodied through, but couldn't get any results.
Now, if you notice on the court right now, you have 4 underclassmen here playing right now. The only senior you see is Aiden Nevins, really leading this squad of 5 players that you have right now.
Leading, but still 0 varsity experience. It is, you know, only minutes tonight have been their only minutes on varsity. Doherty, you talked about the underclassmen with, you know, some undersized builds. Doherty's probably going to get what he wants here the next few minutes. Skip pass, Roth. Baseline, Roth. Dishes, Mock. Fights inside. Over Ross. Charlie Mock gets the bucket. Keeps the lead pushing.
Mock has all the confidence that he needs right now. Like you said, at school today, he wasn't totally confident on what the coach was going to do with him tonight, but he has played amazing minutes and has done amazing things for his team, and he's really just gained his confidence as soon as he touched the court.
For sure. No, we talk a lot about the Knights, obviously as the Knights broadcasting program, but you know, Lions, talk about them for a minute. Preston Meyer has been sure of himself, high confidence, a lot of shot opportunities, haven't all fallen. Some been blocked, some been fouled, some no calls on the fouls. He's had his fair share of points tonight. Some nice lays, he's taken some nice three-point opportunities. He's played well, you know, even with the mask on, which I'm sure is not easy, throws you off a little bit. And Doherty misses the free throw there. He's been great inside, good rebounds, good putbacks, good defense. Keeping the Knights outside, really.
For sure. With that kind of height, that's just exactly what your team expects you to be able to do as well.
Yeah, 6'4", tough guy to shoot over. So Nevins picks his battles, shoots over the 6'2". Junior leader, Damian Rice. Snatched by Aiden Roth, pushes to Mock. Mock into the defense. I think he looked up and didn't see him. Roth from 3. It's good! The castle explodes. 59-25, and clock ticks under a minute in this third quarter.
Another person to touch on with just gaining their confidence in this game today has to be Aiden Roth. He came in this third quarter, not playing as much in the first half, but he came into this third quarter electric. That's his second or third 3. I can't even complain about anything that he's been doing out there. He's super quick to the ball, doing what his team needs him to do, being that super explosive guard when you don't have that second point guard in Cohen Oster.
Yeah, dude's not the tallest guy out there. 6 foot on the roster. He's a little shorter than me. Not sure he's quite 6 foot, but he can almost dunk. I can't do that. I can't even get rim. That kid can jump. He can fly around. He's an athletic freak. Guy who gets to the ball. He's got a nice little shot on him as well. Freshman on varsity. Clearly, he'll be good in a couple years. Good this year already.
Super impressive stuff from him so far.
For sure. Morgan gets it to go from the line. 50 seconds here on the clock as this lead continues to grow. 33 points. We haven't seen a lead like this out of an FHN game in a long time, probably since the East game last year.
That wasn't even a home game last year, but we still packed the visiting student section last year at East. I would say a lot of people do look forward to this game. We always play East first game of the season, always the day before Thanksgiving break, which is awesome. Not having to go to school tomorrow, probably going to get more people here, not a ton of homework to do once you get home either.
Great boost there. Always good before breaks. Christmas classic. against Solden International Studies. That one is away this year, down to the heart of St. Louis. So last year that was a Knights win, up 26. Going into halftime, almost let it slip away as it was just a 4-point win, 54-50. But comes back again, Solden International Studies. It's about 36 minutes down between University City and Eureka, so it'll be a travel. Not sure if the student sections will be packed out there, but we'll have to see.
.3 seconds to go in this third quarter. Starting to see a lot of fatigue from both sides of the ball now, even though Andre Stith is super quick bringing it up the court.
Mock dishes, Vollmer, top of the backboard. Oster flings it, no good. That'll be the end of the third. Dani, tell us what you've seen and what the Lions need to do to maybe not even win this. You're not going to get 30 points in a possession, but maybe get this back on track, so maybe your third game coming up here next week is a little bit better.
I would say, if I were a coach, I would definitely be telling my players that you have to be quicker on the defensive end. Lots of coaches always teach that your defense leads into your offense. If you're not getting in those passing lanes, if you're not going to go for the steals, you're not going to get as many offensive looks as the other team. I would say that's how the Knights have been able to get their lead so far as well. In this fourth quarter, we're going to see lots of defensive aggressiveness from the Knights. And if I were a Lion, I would be trying to pick up on what the other team is doing, because obviously they're doing something right and they want to try and make the change for their team. See a lot of heads down on the bench right now from the Lions, which is never a good way to go into a game. You want to try and have energy whenever you can, because if you don't have energy going into something, it's going to be twice as hard to try and get back the energy when you're playing on the court, especially in this loud gym. We talked about that all game. The student section is packed, and now I would say I haven't seen a student section this packed in a really long time. Our fall season, we don't really have many girls come out for any students come out for our girls' volleyball games, and especially our football games. Most of the student section leaves by the second half.
Yeah, clears out a little bit later. Send it down to Will, courtside. Will, talk about the refs and what you've seen out of them throughout this game.
Yeah, Kane, the refs' calls have been a little bit questionable on both sides, really. Like Dani mentioned earlier, we've seen, 4 charge calls at this point, and offensively, we've seen a bunch of free throws, not many inbounds.
No, not a whole lot of calls there. It's been pretty loosey-goosey. Will, what else are you seeing out of this Knights team?
The Knights are playing really aggressive, but they're also playing patient in the offensive zone. They're trying to wait for that perfect shot. And that's because East really isn't putting a ton of pressure. They don't want to allow that many points. They just want to try to stop the bleeding at this point in the game.
Good insight. Yeah, that 32 points on the scoreboard looks a little daunting here with just 7 minutes. Michigan High School athletics, anything can happen. It's very possible. But this, slack-off defense that you're talking about, Will, might not be the winning success. So we'll hear from you later in this quarter, and then post-game, Will, thanks for the insight. Butler from 3 gets it to go. He gets a second of the night.
He is hyped. He came into this game. He wanted to score as many points as he could. He wanted to get this win for his team, get this season started off on the right foot.
Leaves him in a 4-on-3 situation after the miss on the steal. The 3 ball from Damian Rice, the junior. Butler slows it. Hunter couldn't get his hands on it.
Even with the Knights being super patient on the offensive end, really passing the ball around, trying to get the perfect shot, letting their players go to work when they can, the Lions aren't putting any pressure when they're having these little mishandles with the ball or anything like that. They're barely even getting any defense outside of the three-point area. They're all really just staying in, kind of standing there with their arms out, not putting any kind of pressure for the Knights offense to see if they can get anything started for themselves.
Over the shoulder pass from Cohen Oster, finished by Stith. Joe Burrow, he's down there somewhere. Here's Meyer, looks back door, Morgan doesn't get it. Looks to Rice. Hook shot. Doherty on the board. Passes to a cutting Benton. Benton gets it to fall. I believe his first bucket of the night. Haven't seen a whole lot out of him so far. Acrobatic from Steph. Morgan loses his handle. And we'll see some subs here. Nearly a full roster change for the Knights. We see in checks Aiden Roth, Keemon Harris, his first varsity touches in a Knights uniform after transferring from CBC. Also masked up tonight, Eli Bollinger on the court, Logan Vollmer, and Aiden Nevins.
Now we're seeing what you were talking about earlier in the game, where you have two players with that same, like, almost nose brace face mask on.
Yeah, like prime LeBron James.
It's not a very common injury.
Valentine from way downtown. Bollinger rejected. Great defense from Meyer. Morgan's fouled on his way out.
About 4 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. Score is 66-32. The Lions are already looking insanely defeated, which if you're a coach, you never want to see that from your players. You want to try and have the most energy as you can, like I was saying before. Almost a charge call there again. That would have been the fifth one of the night, but instead it is a block foul on Logan Vollmer. His first foul of, or his third foul of the game, I'm sorry. Second team foul of the game. We see Eli Bollinger sub out of the game. He did amazing with his first game of his senior year. Super hyped. Great to have all this energy. Lions inbounded to Doherty. Getting double teamed, but able to dribble out of it. But he throws it to the other side of the gym. Gets it to the corner. Just barely missed that three-pointer there. But he goes up, gets fouled again. The Lions are going to end up back at the free throw line. You can feel a sense of this game almost being at the end. Some students are starting to leave. Cheerleaders are getting tired. They've been here for a long time tonight. Had the girls varsity stream before this where they pulled out the win against the Lions. We're going to see a all-program win for the Knights here. Both JV teams won. Girls varsity won. It's looking like the boys are going to win. Up by 30 points here. Now we have Oster bringing it up the court.
66-33, doubled score here. 2 minutes on the clock in the fourth. Logan Vollmer gets a bucket. Good to see some of those new guys getting plays. Vollmer in and out of the hands, nearly had the interception.
These guys have been super electric all game. Not really caring if they score or not. They are hustling back on defense, trying to get the ball again and again.
Gosh, we see it. Larry Green, that's his motto. It's defense, defense, defense. And we saw it early in the year last year for the Knights. Fell off a little bit towards the end. But the defensive intensity, maybe from 3 years ago, 4 years ago, to last year to now, leaps and bounds ahead of what we've seen in the past for this Knights program. Steals from almost every guy on the floor tonight. And another one there, nearly, but it's a jump ball. Keemon Harris gets his hands on it.
Ball will go to the Knights, though. Let's see if they can break their 70 points that they got last season against East. Only about a minute left in this game, though.
I'd be shocked if they couldn't. Harris, mid-range, no good. I'm sure they'll look to get him another shot opportunity. And that would mean every single person on the Knights team will have scored that is eligible to play. Works it inside. Nothing going there for Walton. put back. Nice shot from James Stevens Jr. 2 new faces. We see Noah Emmerich back in the game. Ellis Wands also checked in. A lot of new faces. Damian Rice, the only one we've seen play so far this game. And that one will just about concede this season opener here at the Castle as the Francis Howell North Knights will take the win 68-35 over the Fort Zumwalt East Jaguars. We're gonna send it down to Will. Will, tell us what you're seeing here courtside as both these teams go to shake hands.
First of all, everyone in the Castle that is a Knights fan is absolutely hyped. Cheerleaders are going crazy, student section going crazy. I'm sure the team is happy. East is coming out not with the result they wanted, but it was a good game to watch. Great 32 minutes of basketball. We also saw a bunch of first-time players make a great impact. First-time varsity players like Beckett Oster, Aiden Roth, and you had Nevins and Mock. They all made a huge impact, along with Trace Hunter. He had a few fouls, got a few points. Ultimately, it was a great game to watch.
Heutig. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what that is.